Yeah, man. Hold
Sitting here
on one
watching
second.
Polar Express.
Polar Express. Oh, the
Polar Express, man.
cartoon.
Man.
Tori not getting on tonight. He just sent me a tip.
Okay.
So Prev, man, what do you
Shoot, I
think
wanted to
about
see if he had something to say about
what do you think about Jay Cutler, man?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's your take on your Bears? They beat my Browns.
You know
My
what?
Browns didn't help.
I didn't.
What?
Well, I mean, my thing was I wasn't as livid as my brother and Pete, or the two Petes, the twin Petes in my life, about Cutler starting, because the way I figured was,
Why you be using so extreme words, man?
Running the
Livid.
team,
Livid.
I would have started Cutler.
I wasn't livid.
Livid. You was,
No, I said they deserve. I said they deserve what they
you
get.
type angry. You know that?
No, you just think I angry. Yeah.
You type angry.
Okay, I'll put butterflies and little quotation marks and stuff on it next time with smiley faces.
Yeah, I want smileys on that joint.
Just like Boondocks. Everybody likes a smiley face.
That's not what they said on the
I know.
Boondocks.
It's a family show.
No, my brother is also a Bears fan. He was mad about Cutler, and I was like, my thing was I'd have started him, but he wouldn't have gotten a chance to throw the second interception. But then when I saw both throws, they were actually on target to the open man a little high. They weren't bad decisions. Both of them were tips.
Well, the funny thing about it. Well, the funny thing was, Brandon Marshall was on was it Mike and Mike, and he said, they said, Brandon, what happened on those two interceptions? And Brandon Marshall was like, well, the first one, he said, I kind of put that on me, because even though he threw it to me in coverage, he's like, I didn't give him a window. He said, I didn't run my route where I was supposed to go. He said, I looked at the picture. And then they said, well, what happened on the second one? He said, man, Jay just threw a terrible ball, man.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, they started laughing. Yeah, he was like, man, Jay just threw a terrible ball, man. I was like, that was funny to me.
So if I was coaching, he probably wouldn't have gotten a chance to throw the second. But I mean, when you got a backup that's hot, you can put the starter in. This ain't his day. Yank him. Give him the quick yank, and you right back there in business. But you know, Cutler sort of got it back on track. You know, he wasn't great or nothing like that. But I mean, on the other hand, he's got those good receivers. But also, let's give the Browns some credit. It's not like that's a slouch secondary either. So
at the end of the day, after listening to that game and hearing what the feedback was, you know, I guess from this game, I basically said, okay, Jason Campbell, this is why you're treated the way you're treated. This is why you know. I always thought maybe he just been getting a raw deal. You know, too many offensive coordinators, not enough time, in one place, or no consistency, and
bad offensive line.
Browns, and we ain't got the best roster. But
no real run game. I mean, you had Trent last year, but it was. Really before that, you didn't really have a run game.
Well, I guess I expected more veteran, less mistakes from a veteran, of Jason Campbell. So I don't know.
I'll tell you this much: what you are seeing is probably the best year Campbell has actually had when pressed in the service, because his thing has always been, it's not so much that he makes a lot of mistakes. He was never really prone to making a lot of mistakes until this year. His thing was he didn't make any plays. I mean, he'll give you a solid, 58%, 62%, one touchdown for about 130 yards, and the team would lose 17-10.
He doesn't wow you.
And now, the guys are putting up some numbers. No, he doesn't wow you, but this year he's thrown more aggressively. He's got probably a higher yard per completion average than he's had over the course of his entire career.
Well,
he actually has a higher completion rate.
Yeah, when you got
than
Josh
he has
Gordon
over his entire career. He's thrown for more touchdowns. The dude had a fine. But the point is, you say, why do people treat Jason Campbell? I understand if he's a career backup, but at the same time, I'm not stumping for him to be a starter. But at the same time, this is probably his best stuff that you're seeing. Kind of take it or leave it at that point with Jason Campbell.
He's been the same quarterback since Auburn. If you think about it, he's been the exact same quarterback. At Auburn, he didn't wow you. He didn't do a bunch. He threw guys. He got athletes that could catch the ball 5 yards, take it 70. He did the same exact thing when he played at Auburn. He was just a solid quarterback. Just solid.
I can't disagree.
At least at Cleveland, he's got Josh Gordon.
Well, yeah, Gordon will make you look like you're doing something more than what you're doing. I mean, that's one receiver, one stud receiver can make you
anywhere else he's been.
I mean, think about it. If Calvin Johnson wasn't on Detroit right now, we'll get to him. Would Matthew Stafford really be having? I mean, there are all these weapons they talking about. I'm like, where? What weapons?
No,
Stafford. That's it. That is his weapon.
No. Then it's him and Reggie Bush.
What is Reggie Bush doing?
And every once in a while,
as far as the passing game.
Well, what they're saying
is, I said every once in a while,
and that the running backs, they got two.
Well, you gotta throw it to him for him to do something. But I'm just saying.
Well, they got two. They said on Monday Night Football, they said they got two backs for them. It could be the first time ever they had backs that could receive for 500 and run for 1,000. I think.
No, it was received for 5 and.
Or I'm sorry, combined over 1,000.
Well, how's that going?
500 receiving, 500 rushing.
And so my point goes back to these weapons. Like Nate Burleson just got back and he's getting one catch a game. Like, so you ain't got. That's all you got to throw to. You got to throw to the running backs, which is usually screens and checkdowns. Really, I mean, come on down, man.
But Reggie Bush has looked better than he has in years past. I think other than the Miami.
I was about to say, last year Reggie Bush had a great year.
He's been good. I would say, how many years was he in Miami? 2 years? I think he had a solid career in Miami. And I'm still kind of shocked they let him go. But Schwartz is done.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about the Lions. Let's talk about them. Why as a Dolphins fan, I'm depending on the Lions to beat the Ravens? What the heck was I thinking?
The Detroit Cowboys.
You were wrong.
No, the Detroit Lions.
For everything,
that's what they are.
You were wrong. You were wrong in your entire.
But you got to think about it. Everybody say Cowboys. Look, the Detroit Lions. They are actually worse in my case. In a lot of cases, man. They actually worse because these boys they have a division. It's just terrible. That's just a terrible game to lose last night, man. That's just a terrible game to lose last night.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's not so much that they lost that game. It's the game before they lost. 4 out of the last 5? It's everybody. It's the obvious thing. The Packers don't have they don't have Rodgers. The Bears are without Cutler. The Bears don't have a defense this year. And the Lions have swept the Bears, and these guys still can't put no distance on the rest of the division.
It's terrible.
It's all set up for them to win it, and they won't do it. They just
won't. And they got all the talent.
Won't take the division.
Well, do they have all this talent? Like,
they got enough talent because they won.
Because usually when you have this great talent that people talk about, we usually know names. I can't name anybody on the defense other than the line.
Tulloch.
They got Jarvis Bird, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Who the hell is that?
Safety. He's a good safety. I mean, I know. He's a solid safety.
I mean, the thing is, they got a bunch of guys who are solid but don't always play solid. I mean, you got
that ain't no damn Okay, so what's our definition of talent these days?
Wait a minute, you didn't hear me say talent.
I'm asking because it seems like that word gets thrown around so much. Cowboys got talent. Detroit's got talent. This team's got talent. What the hell?
Well, they got good players, but they're not maxing out these good players. We all know Schwartz is a.
They suck. That's what it is. Let's just call it what it is. They suck and they play when they want to play. That ain't talent.
That's coaching. That's coaching.
It could be coaching. Okay. It could be coaching. But if that's the case, that's like saying Tom Coughlin is a bad coach. We know better than that. Because the Giants are playing the worst football. Yeah, if we know the Giants hadn't gotten 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years,
we wouldn't be saying Tom Coughlin was a good coach.
No. Exactly. I agree.
Right.
It is what it is, man. Detroit. I think football right now. I think guys, there are certain teams and certain organizations that have a sense of urgency, and they have a sense to know that they can't just be giving away certain games, and they know the importance of certain things. They take advantage of things when they get a chance to take advantage. We always talk about, oh my God, the Patriots this and all that, and you look up every year and people say, oh, well, the Patriots still in it. Yeah, because they know that there's certain games you don't just give away. Them losing to the Dolphins this weekend, honestly, a lot of people picked that game.
They just didn't show up.
The Dolphins have always played the Patriots tough. They just usually fold over late third quarter, fourth quarter, and this time they didn't. Plus, you lose your best offensive weapon. But my point is, teams like the Patriots, and give credit to the Ravens, teams like the Ravens, they just seem to somewhat stick around and figure out ways to just be around and get a win here and there. And teams like the Cowboys and the Lions find ways to keep losing damn games. That's all it is.
Cowboys, the Lions, the Bengals.
I mean, look at the Bengals. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I don't want Marvin Lewis to get fired, but I'm gonna tell you what. He
didn't got a lot of. He done been there 11 years. I mean, come on, man.
I think he's isn't he the longest tenured coach right now?
He's the longest tenured coach. He's the longest tenured coach, and he's got 1 playoff appearance.
2
playoff appearances and got blown out in one of them.
Yeah,
got beaten one and got blown. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, even better though. I mean,
and lost to a backup quarterback in the other one.
Last year, yeah. I mean, but it is like you said. You're talking about certain teams. Since I kind of got it a different context this year. I was like, you know what? I think this year more than any other year that I think I've ever seen in my life, I would say you got the year of the pretenders. Teams that I don't know about so talented, but they have enough talent, or they have more talent than other teams in their division. And I don't mean in terms of just beating up other teams in your division, because division games are tough. I mean, when you play bad teams out of division at home, you're supposed to beat them.
Right.
When you play teams that are beat up and they come to your house, you're supposed to beat them. When the Bengals, I'm sorry, I know some friends that are Bengals fans that are from Cincinnati. Your team are a bunch of pretenders, man. I don't know what's going on with those dudes. They just kind of like, we're here.
Supposed to beat the Browns, right, Prev? You supposed to beat
in the preseason, we were anointed. What happened? How come y'all are playing us all tough? Oh my God, I don't think we're gonna win. Okay, I guess we'll just go on to next week. Y'all are pretending to be a championship caliber team. The Detroit. I mean, nobody really knew who was gonna go out of the North this year, but I mean, they got off to the fast start. They beat the Bears. They were looking good for a second. Now they're back to being Detroit. You're like, oh, y'all are pretending to be a good team, but really, you're the Lions. So
you're the Lions.
So I mean, this, like I said, the year of the pretender. I don't know, man.
Well, I think, and the thing about the Bengals is, they keep trying to blame like Andy Dalton. Oh, the quarterback. I'm like, Andy Dalton didn't give up 20 some odd points in the first half, guys.
In that vaunted defense.
I'm like, it's this whole, it kills me with this whole team concept, and then all of a sudden we want to point a finger. The whole team played bad, okay? It is not Andy Dalton. And if you know your staple, if you go into that game saying our staple is the defense sets the pace, but we still got enough weapons. But they always talk about these teams like look at Andy Dalton with all these weapons. I'm like,
what weapons? Giovanni Bernard, AJ Green.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm like, what? All weapons?
The law firm is not a weapon.
But what I'm saying is, but then you got teams like, when I look at a team and you say a lot of weapons,
that's the Broncos,
the Broncos come to the plate. Let's put it out there, Prev. Forte, Alshon Jeffries, Brandon Marshall, Bennett. The Bears have some weapons. They don't use them, but in a lot of cases, they use them they've been using them and getting away at the right time. Alshon Jeffries has been saving the quarterback's lives.
I'm going to say, no, look at it this way. This year, the Bears' offense isn't the problem. No matter who's been playing
exactly, it's the defense.
They move the ball. They don't have any defense this year.
Right, and the guys are hurt, and the guys aren't playing well. Oh,
Tillman not playing. I mean,
Tillman, Peanut is out.
I was about to say,
lost 3 defensive linemen.
Greg's been out for 6 games.
3 defensive linemen. Greg's
been
out.
And no, by the way, you didn't sign Urlacher, even though we know he wasn't at the peak of his game, but.
I was thinking that too, Pete. I was like, really?
Well, if they were signing
really don't need him.
Another $1 million, and you have your middle linebacker again. So.
Right.
Yeah, he'd have just gotten hurt again anyway. I mean, the point is, the defense is the problem in Chicago. That's no secret.
But that's the only teams I'm looking at from. I mean, now if you want to say, I would put the Cowboys to a certain point, but Miles Austin is just not. He's done. He's
money.
That man. Between him and Mojo, I don't know who got the weakest hamstrings in the damn league. I mean, him and Maurice Jones, Mojo, man, the boys got some weak hamstrings. I don't know what they need. Milk ain't gonna help that. I don't know what's gonna help them on that, man. They might need to go ahead and then get that needle out and poke the back of their leg. Yeah, no, I'm talking other stuff.
HGH, a little HGH.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna say it. I mean,
hey, just because we say it on the Double S Project doesn't mean you gotta go and get shot up.
Hey, by the way, guys,
put the cream on. Just put some. Put some.
By the way, the next time any of y'all come to my house, you leave your cell phones and your cameras at the door.
In the basket.
In the baskets.
I don't have a basket. I got a locker.
But I'm just saying, you can't be coming up in my house with cell phones and cameras and stuff, man. You're gonna leave them.
I got a
leave
locker.
them in the car. Leave them in the car.
If I'm there, I'm the same thing, damn it.
I don't want
I'm gonna do like. But you know what? I go to people's houses. I'm like Morgan Freeman and Batman. I got 2 phones, so I give you the dummy phone and keep the real one with me.
Hey, he kind of did the same thing in that movie. Now You See Me, the little magic movie. He had a phone, and then the guy took the phone. And he pulled out a video camera. I was like, that's crazy.
I still haven't seen that. I gotta see that.
It's a good movie. It's pretty good to me. But yeah, man. But I don't know, man. Football is fickle, man. I'm cracking up at just all the stuff that went down this weekend, and I don't know, man. You can't. How can you call it, man? But I'm saying.
You want to know what?
People are losing money in Vegas right now. That's all I got to say. Because there's no way you can call these games, man.
Forget Vegas. Let me encapsulate this whole weekend for you with this story. My oldest daughter has, bless her heart, has decided sometime in the last year that she likes the Redskins. Now, the policy in my house is you choose who you like.
How did you let her do that?
Don't give me that look, Pete. The
that
policy
is not
in my house. Stop it, man. The policy in my house is you like who you like until they sicken you to the point where you have to go right. So I give her the freedom to like the Redskins.
Calling Child Protective Service of
yeah.
Go ahead.
I didn't give her the freedom to shoot heroin. I gave her the freedom to like the Redskins. She always turned off the TV.
You might have.
So she
real close.
So she comes into the man cave. She's been working on her homework because she just had to make up a whole lot because she was out sick, and I'm correcting it for her. And the last 2 minutes of the Redskins-Falcons game happens to be on, so she sees the TV and notices for the first time, "Ooh, it's the Redskins." And I was like, you know what? She's got some more homework to make up, but there's only like 2 minutes left, and the Redskins are gonna lose. I'll just let her sit here and watch it. Well, the Redskins go down the field and they score that touchdown, and she gets excited. Yes, Redskins. And I'm like, well, hey, they scored. They could take it into overtime. And she said, so they're going to kick the ball and they're going to tie it up, right? And I said, well, that's what they should do. And then I saw them line up for 2. And do you know what my reaction was? Pete could probably guess.
I can't guess, man.
I fell out of my recliner laughing. That's what I laughed. He's going for 2. Shanahan is going for 2.
You stupid, man.
Are you kidding me? He's going for 2. My daughter is looking at me like I am crazy because she doesn't know anything about a 2-point conversion, but she does now. Of course, they missed it.
Right.
And bless this kid's heart, she's 8 years old. This is the first time in her 8 years of existence she has been mad at her daddy. She gave me the ugliest look. She was mad because I was laughing at her team. And this, what she doesn't know in this infancy of her football fandom is.
I feel so bad for her.
There are some teams that all you do is just laugh at them, and right now that's where the Redskins are.
My team.
Yeah, Cleveland.
No,
I'm laughing at Cleveland. Cleveland, OIC, baby. I believe in it now, Jay.
Hey,
I believe in it. OIC.
I don't laugh because OIC. I do believe in it.
I believe in it. OIC, baby. Only in Cleveland.
That's like the laugh to keep. That's the laugh to keep from crying. I'm talking about the Redskins where you laugh because that's all there is. You just laugh at that. Are you kidding me? He's going for 2.
Yeah, that's just.
Did he just?
And like I said in the post, would you please get off? You said honorary. Would you please get off of my boy Des Bryant? Okay. All right. No, stop, man.
Oh, he gonna cry on the sideline.
No, we ain't. Okay, first of all, I'm like Stephen A. That man won't try not to cry. He was trying not to cuss somebody out. That's what he was trying not to do. He was trying not to cuss somebody out.
I have a feeling this is how this was gonna sound. You saw bleeps. Sorry, bleeps. With no lack of heart having bleeps. I cannot believe, Tony, you no backbone having son of a bleep.
Son of a bleep.
Oh God!
Throw the ball my way, you bleepers.
Like I said before, if you go throw an interception, throw the interception towards Witten and Des Bryant. You do not throw interceptions towards other receivers on that team. It looks that much worse.
To the off-brand receiver, you do not throw. You know what? I said this was the year of the I said that this was the year of the pretender team. I'm taking that back. This is the year of the off-brand receiver. How many of these games have we seen teams lose in the last second, that critical 4th and 5, 4th and 7 with time running out down the goal line, and he throws to the guy that was delivering pizzas last week. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, where is this coming from? I mean, what's up with these dudes, man? But let me
what are you doing, man? You see, they're clicking on a bunch of stuff. You talking about you doing something, and we know you're doing something. I hear a bunch of damn clicking. But what I'm saying is,
I'm gonna do a screen share, man. Hold on.
I think with these
this one's for Dez, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Let me see. What the hell are you talking about, man?
I saw that, Prev. I saw that.
This one's for Dez right here, man.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, man. This dude plays for Jason Garrett. Tony Romo's his quarterback. I might walk away every now and then too, man. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, but my thing was, look at that whole Cowboy situation, because my brother calls me up right after the game, and I know I cite him a whole lot of times to stop doing that. I was going to put him on the show or something, but he calls me up right after the game, and he was like, man, that was foul with Jason Garrett did, throwing Tony Romo under the bus like that. I was like, you know what? Screw all that, man. Jason Garrett know he gonna get fired. What he got to hold back for? That's right. I told that dude not to throw the ball. What did he do? He throws the ball.
But if you go tell him not, but check.
You can't put this on me.
Whatever. If you tell the man not to throw the ball, then stop tagging the run plays with the pass option. Just call the run play. Damn it. But if anybody should be on the sideline about to cut somebody out, it should be DeMarco Murray. And that's the only reason I don't give Bryant a complete pass, because he mad because he lost the game.
DeMarco Murray ain't cry.
But Dez Bryant didn't cry. Really? You think he cried for real? No.
Why would you say you gonna cry?
Ain't nobody cry. DeMarco Murray is standing on the sideline looking at cats like, y'all just. He's like, y'all don't believe in me. Who?
You know who cried? Megatron cried last night. Megatron cried last night.
I heard about that.
On the sideline. He cried right there on the sideline. I saw it. I watched the tears running down his eye. And I was like, see?
That was raining. It was raining. That wasn't cry. It was raining in the dome. It was raining in the dome. Cats crying over a regular season game? Hey. Really? get the passion and all of this stuff. Over a regular season, I lost both my fantasy games. I ain't crying. I mean, come on now. I lost both my fantasy games in playoffs. I ain't crying.
You should have.
I don't even make $30-40 million. I'm not crying. Are you kidding me? I can't turn into a soda machine on the ESPN commercial. I ain't crying. You crying in the damn game.
Tony Romo didn't cry.
Tony Romo don't give a damn. Tony Romo don't care. Tony don't care what y'all say about him. Tony is paid $55 million. He like.
If I'm Jason Garrett, I would have said, "Hey, $55 million. You make the play at the end of the fourth quarter."
And I turn around and I look back at you and say, "Good luck finding your job next year, because I'm still gonna be here."
Yeah, I'll be here. You won't.
You won't.
But Pete,
Jason Garrett probably like, you know what? Jason Garrett at this point is like, get me out of here.
Which is why I said Jason Garrett's like, I know I'm gonna get fired. I'll say it. I don't care if I'm supposed to not tag that guy with a run play or with a pass play. So what? Who cares? I'm gonna get fired.
And like you said, technically speaking, it should have been a one-step drop, and he should have let the ball fly. But no, he wanted to be Romo. He wanted to do a little spin move. Then he wanted to flip it out, and then when he flipped it, he felt and then interception. I'm like,
he had to
and before I can even finish up my first post, this fool threw another pick. I was like, did he just know another pick? Oh my God! I was like,
yep. I mean, this dude, it's at the point now where I'm just like, I laugh at it. I was just like, come on, Tony.
That's all you can do.
I'm at the point now where I'm like, come on, Tony. Give me what I want.
I got bacon.
Give me what I want. Give me that pick.
He was like, give me what I want.
Give me what I want.
Give me what I want.
All the teams in the NFC least lost this week. All of them lost.
We need that Tony Romo interception.
Yep.
And if there is one team that when you say talent, top to bottom, I will say, and not even really a lot of superstar talent on offense, but they do have guys that can make plays. There's only one team out there that's complete top to bottom. That's Seattle, hands down. Golden Tate can ball, pound for pound. He's like a mini Steve Smith to me. He's pound for pound. That dude is strong. He runs great routes. I mean, I was just saying he's only like 5'10", but he's
only 5'8".
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he can ball, and he gets that ball. I mean, Sidney Rice has his times when he flashes here and there. Obviously, Doug Baldwin is a lot better than what we thought. He's open.
Yes,
he's open. But what I'm saying is he's kind of like Victor Cruz was a couple years ago. It was like, who this guy? Well, I don't know who he is, but he's wide open. I don't know who Doug Baldwin is, but he's wide open. He's open. So maybe they just run the hell out of the scheme they're running. Maybe the Marshawn Lynch factor kicks in. You got to bring 8 guys in all the time, worried about him. It don't matter what
Russell Wilson is just that good.
Hey, maybe Russell Wilson is just that good. And if there was ever a doubt of which running back I was going to keep for fantasy next year, after that run by Marshawn Lynch this weekend, I got my answer. If that man can run through 5 people in a 2-yard radius, I think I might take my chances on him being my keeper. Good Lord. That dude is a monster, man. He's a freaking beast.
Ridiculous.
He's straight beast mode on the cabinet.
Get him in Skittles.
Skittles. Every time they say it, I'm like, Skittles. He'd be like, Skittles.
Speaking of, did y'all check out the Maurice Claret 30 for 30?
That was your job, O State guy.
Yeah. Break it down.
And the funny thing about it is, why did you need the 30 for 30? You already know. You probably interviewed for the damn show. You already. Why did you need the 30 for 30?
I wanted to see the old Warren G. Harding high school tape.
No,
others with the school. I wanted to see the old Maurice Claret high school tape where he was just tearing cats up.
Yeah.
This dude should have won the Heisman as a freshman. But they didn't let him.
And now you can't win a Heisman if you're not a freshman.
Right. Now you're too old if you're a senior.
Shoot, man. I'm just saying, I didn't do the 30 for 30. You know why I didn't watch 30 for 30? I'm boycotting the damn 30 for 30. I don't care.
Boycotting anything having to do with that Ohio State team.
Ohio State, Miami. I ain't giving, nope. I ain't letting up. Oh man, what else is going on, man?
There's a vacancy in Texas.
Oh yeah, Mack Brown. Damn.
Do you really think they're gonna hire James Franklin from Vanderbilt? I
makes
don't
sense.
see him being.
It does make sense.
Does it? I don't see what does. I'm hearing that they hype up this man, and I'm like, what is he doing?
I don't know. You tell me. You there?
I don't really know what he. I think he had like a good
He's
year.
He's winning 8 games at Vanderbilt
in the SEC.
3 years in a row. 8 games. Forget. I don't care if Vanderbilt's in the SEC, ACC, AAC,
it's Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt. It's Vanderbilt. He's winning 8 games at Vanderbilt a year. I mean, and it's not so much. Keep this in mind. The thing about Vanderbilt is it's in technically a rough recruiting location. Tennessee can't draw. What makes you think Vanderbilt's going to draw? Plus, Vanderbilt's got academic standards. I mean,
I guess
the hardest standards in the conference, and they got to bump heads with Georgia and Tennessee.
Yeah, I mean, they beat Georgia. They hurt Georgia.
Right, they beat her. The point is, you're not supposed to compete for 3 years in a row, win 8 games at Vanderbilt, but that's what he's done.
True.
So I'm not talking about how good he is. I'm also thinking.
Go ahead, Prev.
So you sign him on for a couple years. If you don't work out, you get rid of him and you go after Nick Saban again.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it makes sense. Because another thing too is, here's the issue with Texas. Is I said it last week or 2 weeks ago. As long as you got enough of them people that can drop that Darrell Royal, you got to be of the Darrell Royal lineage or something or whatever have you. If they can get past that long enough to let this guy do his job, or let whoever they hire do their job, get in, talk to the kids, get out, get into the recruiting train. I mean, this guy can get kids to come to Vanderbilt, and he goes to Texas where kids are lining up to play. Well, at least used to. I don't know about now. Let him do what you hired him to do, and if it doesn't work, he probably didn't cost a whole lot. It's not like you're going to have to offer him stakes in the Longhorn Network like they were going to do to Saban. And 30% of the Longhorn Network. I mean, come on.
Do you think he would bring in someone at Texas? Like he would leave? I mean, I understand why he would leave College Station.
I would put it this way:
would they actually do such a thing?
Someone wouldn't have signed the extension if he thought he was going. Never mind. I mean, I know he could still jump, and he's got a tricky buyout clause. But Sumlin wouldn't have signed the extension in the first place.
I think Sumlin's fine. I think he's fine. I think he's comfortable
for the time being.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
He knew there was going to be a job opening in Texas. He knew there was going to be a job opening at USC. Why would he sign the extension? I mean, I know, like I said, it's not. These guys don't listen to it. They're not bound or whatever. But for the most part, they'll at least hold on. Saban didn't sign the extension until after the fact that, okay, yeah, I'm not going. Then he signed the extension. Saban knew what he was doing, waiting on that thing for a week.
But everything.
I heard Bill Johnson went crazy on your boy.
Who?
Average Joe got crazy on your boys last night.
On what boys? What are you talking about?
Your Philly
What
boys.
are you talking about? Scoring points? Who can't be?
He had 10 3-pointers for the night. Or was it 10?
See, 10 3-pointers don't count.
Or he had 29 points in the third quarter.
When somebody says they had 10 3-pointers, that don't count. He got hot. He won't hit 10 3-pointers in the next 10 games.
Exactly. He did get hot, but yes.
It's Joe Johnson.
Average Joe.
The simplest name with $100 million contract we've ever seen in our lives. Joe Johnson.
Hey, stealing money.
Joe stealing money. Stealing money. Can Paul George get a $100 million contract? I mean, come on now. Nah, Joe Johnson got one. Sheesh. Can Steph Curry get us a $100 million contract? No, Joe Johnson
got one.
I mean, even James Harden don't even have a $100 million contract. I mean, come on, man. Jeez. But Joe Johnson got one. And Carlos Boozer got one. Let's pick the all B team, Jay. You know what B stand for. Let's pick the all B team. You got Joe Johnson. You got Carlos Boozer. Let's start right there with our 2 guard and our power forward.
Don't hate.
Who else gonna be on the All B team?
Let me think. Point guard.
We got some out there. I might throw John Wall out there.
I heard he playing better.
He playing better, but he still, man. I don't know, man. That cat.
I'm gonna put Derrick Rose on that list. Rose is my point guard.
We can put Derrick Rose in the point guard.
Right.
Derrick Rose can be in the point guard.
If conditions are right. If everything lines up.
And I'm like Mike Golick. I'm like Mike Golick. What makes you think I want to be in Chicago anymore? Playing with a guy with 2 bad knees. How about that?
Right.
How about trade me? If I'm Joakim Noah, send me to the Sixers. The Sixers take Joakim Noah. Send him over there. We'll take him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Luol Deng, you want to come to the Sixers? We'll take him. Shoot. I want to play with a superstar with 2 bad knees. Oh, yeah. Ask Kobe how that's going right now with that Achilles. Ask Kobe about that. Yeah.
They said Kobe was looking real pedestrian.
They said Kobe looked pedestrian. He fat. He's like, they said he done gained like 15 pounds. He all fat. And then he's real humble. They talk about he might be playing possum or whatever. I was like, he playing possum. There's one
playing dead.
I'm about to say there's one thing to be is reality to the process. You tore your Achilles in what, May?
And how old is he?
In April, May? And he's 37? 35, Jay? Come on, man. I mean, you ain't. What you going?
You don't come back better.
That man got a breakaway on a steal the other night and laid the ball in, and he didn't even jump. He just threw it up. I'm like, when have you ever seen Kobe just lay the ball in? That right there tells you.
That's the more high school stuff. Oh, we got a steal.
And he just laid it in. He didn't slap backboard or nothing. 6'8", didn't slap backboard or nothing. Just
he did a John Stockton.
Vince Carter is 55 years old. If Vince Carter get a breakaway layup, he's going to dunk it. Okay? Vince Carter is still going to try to tear your head off every chance he gets. Because he knows, wow, he's like, oh, I'm close to the basket. Let me dunk. I ain't been this close in a long time. Kobe out here laying the ball up. So, yeah, we're going to put Derrick Rose out there. We got Joe Johnson. We got Carlos Boozer. I need a couple of more. I'll throw Dwight Howard at center real quick for that All-B team. You know I'll do that real quick. But I'm gonna digress on that and put Brook Lopez there for right now.
Oh, Brook Lopez.
Yeah, I'm putting him there, Jay.
What about so you're small, so you need a small forward?
I need a small forward for the All-B, and we good to go, baby.
Let me think. Small forward. I'm thinking maybe a Gerald Wallace, but maybe I'm gonna cut him some slack.
I cut Gerald Wallace some slack. I'm talking about somebody that's supposed to be balling that's not balling.
Danny Granger is your three man.
There it is. We got our All-B team, man. I'm gonna post it up on the site, baby. The All-B team. Derrick Rose, Joe Johnson, Granger, Carlos Boozer, and Brook Lopez is right now our first team All-B team. There it is. Next week we'll pick the second team All-B team, depending on results.
I don't think you can have. Wait a minute. I don't think you can have a first team All-B team. You got to start at second team and go on down to third.
All right, man. Hug my goddaughter for me, man. Tell her I'll be there to see her next week.
All right, then, man.
All right, Jay.
All right, fellas.
Later.
Peace.